You are listening to Tom Talks Online Marketing Podcast, bringing practical solutions for today's online marketing dilemmas. Now here's the owner of Total Online Marketing and host, Derrel Allen.
Hi there, this is Derrel Allen with Total Online Marketing, and I'm here with my co-host,
Kris with a K O'Connor with Kris O'Connor Marketing Gems. And boy, do we have a gem for you today. We're going to talk about something a little bit old, but again, it's still new to many business owners. And it's something that is super important for your online presence. What could that be, Derrel?
All right, so it's something old, something new. No, it's not wedding stuff. It's something that we've done at Total Online Marketing for a few years now, and I'm kind of making it more publicly available. It is business listing directories specifically for the Dallas-Fort Worth area with plans for national expansion. But basically, we call it the Talk of USA network of business-oriented listing directories. There's an abbreviation for it because it's too long to say. But just put it this way. If you have stuff like an online Better Business Bureau or online Chamber of Commerce or your Google business profile, very important, Facebook page for you, all of these different things, they are citations outside of your website. And those local citations mean a lot. That's where the TOUSAN BOLD, like we like to abbreviate it, but the business-oriented listing directories for Dallas-Fort Worth, that's where they come in. We have listings for 15 of the cities, but you can be in practically any one because they're going to touch each other and they work in a regional way. If you're like a single location business, let's say a dentist. A dentist has a set office, unless they're with a group, but we'll get to that in a minute. Like a dentist in Allen, Texas, we have talkofallen.com. So remember, it's not tacos unless it's Tuesday, but it's talkofallen.com. And the main parent to get everything working is talkofusa.com. So if you go to talkofusa.com, you can see the information about all 15 of the sites so far. But starting with Allen, Arlington, Carrollton, Coppell, Dallas, Flower Mound, Frisco, Keller, Fort Worth. Let's not leave out Fort Worth at all. Okay.
There's just a lot of them.
Yeah, 15
There's
of
just
them.
a lot of them.
South
And
Lake.
so the important thing is many of you may have heard of directories. Back when I started in business way back in the day, 2010, 2012, it was highly, highly recommended that you get in every potential directly with. So there are good directories, there are good links, and there are bad links. And you want to make sure that you get into the good links. And so I'm going to ask Derrel two questions. One, what's the big deal about getting into a directory? He kind of touched on it, but I want him to touch on it a little bit more. And two, like, what can a directory do for you?
All right, a couple of things. Now, a lot of people might be having a misgiving that, ooh, I want to rank your listing. No, ranking your listing, while that is a great thing to happen, because the more your business ranks, even if it says, let's say the number 9 on Google's list there, whenever somebody searches, and if the number 9 one is your business, theoretically, your business would be higher than that number 9 Talk of Allen listing, right? That's where it should be. But the main thing is very aged. I've had some of these websites since 2012. So at least 10 years of history and experience and authority and trustworthiness exists in these directory websites. And so when you place your business there, you do a couple of things. One, you're putting your name, address, and phone. That's called commonly among us SEO people. We call that the NAP, name, address, phone. And one thing that is extremely important with your NAPs is you need to keep them the same. Go take a look at your Google business profile. And if they don't have one, I know somebody who can do some good jobs with Google business profiles. That would be my partner sitting with me.
That'd
Now,
be
it's not
me.
that I can't do it either, but she's like a specialist in it. So you look at your Google business profile and you see that your address, your name is your business name. Your address is 123 Elm ST, and then your city, Allen TX, and your zip code 75002. These are all made up, not real, but the point is, whatever Google says, that's what you should be saying on your website and on any place else, on your Facebook page for your business, on your Better Business Bureau listing, on your LinkedIn, whatever. Everywhere it should be. If it says ST for street, put ST. Don't put DR, especially. Don't spell out street if it doesn't say street. In other words, whatever it says on Google, because we're going to linchpin Google as being the prime authority, and everything should go after that. What do
So
you
I'm
think?
gonna well, I was taught that way. Like we had a suite and it was STE. It was not SUITE. So it was very, very important that across the board. Now, I do know, and I have heard some SEO people say, oh, that's not important anymore. Like Google's smart to know that if it's STE, it's sweet. If it's SUIT, it's sweet, blah, 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 right? If it's ST for street instead of STREET, like that doesn't matter anymore because Google's smart enough. But I disagree with that.
Here's where I would put that. If you go look at it and you're number two, number three, whenever you search for your business, and let's say the practice of searching for your business is either incognito mode on somebody else's computer, because if you search all the time on yours, you're going to get the results. Google's going to pass you back what you've looked at before. They're going to know all that kind of stuff. So you want to kind of fake out the search so you can see something
Yeah.
unique. But let's say you go search for yourself and you're number two, number three, number four, whatever. Now you look up there and say, who is number one, number two, number three? Oh, look, they spelled out ST for street. Google says ST for street for them, but I said STREET. I'm not going to say that changing it to ST will put you back up there, but hey, every little thing, if there's over 200 ranking factors and they have 95 of them and you have 94, they get the nod. That's just the way computer algorithms work. They're not saying they're better than you. They're looking at the whole picture. So do everything you can
To
to
be
do what they want.
consistent across every platform,
You
and
know,
that includes directories.
the Google, patents or whatever you want to call it, the source document of what Google does is publicly available. They tell you what to do.
They do.
Don't rely on somebody like me or whatever. I mean, if you want to spend all your time going and look at that stuff, but I spend my time with people I know who look at it, and then occasionally I'm techie enough, well, I'll go glance at it just to verify. The point is, do what Google says, and you're going to be in favor with Google.
Well, I say this all the time, don't I? Google loves Google.
Google loves Google.
Google absolutely loves Google.
We call that nepotism, don't we?
So if you're feeding Google all the right information on every platform, every directory, everything you do, you are going to show up more than somebody else or your competitor.
Of course.
And why wouldn't you want to feed Google the right information? Why make their job harder to show you up in the search results? That's never made sense to me. But there are a lot of people out there who don't understand the importance of having your NAP, everything the same across the board. I even went to the extent of making sure that every email, whether that's info at or service at or help at or whatever, right? Email you want to use, I made sure everything. I had a document that had everything listed exactly how it was supposed to be. So if I or an SEO person went to put us on a directory, it was right there in front of them. We didn't have to guess. We didn't have to remember. It was right there in a
I
document.
bet we had the same document. Maybe not exactly the same, but yeah, that's the practice. That is the good practice to do. And as I mentioned earlier, I have the 15 city sites. And if you were like a dentist in one city, one listing there's fine. But you might be something uh, more regional. Let's say that you were, I don't know, let's say a dentist practice that had multiple offices across, maybe different doctors, obviously, but multiple offices, and you wanted to have centralized marketing, but you want to get everybody involved. Well, then you can be placed in maybe 3 or 5 or as many as you want, all the way up to 15 of the sites, and that helps for each one. When a proper website structure with the SEO for the various locations is built, you can also have your directory listing point to the specific city page. Like if you are I don't know, let's call it Mango Dental. I don't know why I'm picking that. I don't even know if there probably exists somewhere. But so Mango Dental, let's say they have 15 offices. They could put Mango Dental of Arlington, have their listing in the talkofarlington.com website that points back to their Arlington page on their website. And yeah, these are the kind of things that we help you with. It builds that trust. It builds the authority. It builds on all the things that Google likes to see in a local citation directory. That's what we're talking about. Local citations, they're important. There's also, let me tell you about some other directories that exist, and we have some in our arsenal, but we're not talking about them today. There are, attorneys. Anybody ever heard of Avo for attorneys or Just Law, Justia? I think maybe Justia. These are niche specific directories. So if you had all the plumbers in the world, okay, plumbers, they probably do have one. I know when we
Everyone
had,
has an
an
association or
association. These
something.
are all local. They're not local citations, but they are citation directories. And now you're talking about a different thing. Instead of I'm in Dallas being specific for the directory, you're now saying I am an attorney in Dallas. So we're doing that. Now, our local directories, they cover all of the pretty much service oriented and some product, like I would call a grocery store a product. So you could have a grocery store listing. Definitely have restaurant listing, because what do people search for? They search for barbecue. They search for Tex-Mex. They search for Italian. They search for Asian. And yeah, so these are the kind of things that if you want to be, I want to be the top Chinese buffet in McKinney. Well, there you go. You've got an opening to put something else that will help people find you when they're searching on Yelp. Believe it or not, all of these different things help point.
Mhm.
Even though you may not ever see, when you pull up your restaurant, you may not ever see your stuff talk of McKinney, like I used the example. You may not ever see that page per se, maybe on page 2 or 3. It's not that we're not trying to rank it. The thing is, it's a legitimate, high quality backlink that helps your website rank better on Google.
It's so very important.
Yes.
And it's one of the, as we were talking a little bit earlier, what I've noticed and what I try to talk to business owners is we're always chasing the new shiny object. And oh, the next best thing we got to do, we got to do what I got to do. And I had mentioned to Derrel earlier, I said, what I try to focus on is let's go back to the basics. Once you have your basics covered and working well, and directories is part of the basics, your basic SEO on your website, nothing extravagant, but everything should be, your images should be alt tagged, which majority of them are not. They're numbered 1, 2, 3. So that's all Google knows they are. Meta descriptions on your website for your pages are improper. Just if you go back to the basics, you'll see a tremendous increase in everything that you do. Then, if you want to chase those shiny objects, which some of them are good, some of them are not, that then you have the idea of, okay, I need to branch out, I need to do other things. But directories has always been a priority. SEO has always been priority. Image tags have always been priority. Meta descriptions, if you don't know what a meta description is, which a lot of people don't, when you're searching for something, those are the words that you find under that keyword that you were searching for or question, okay? So if you're describing it properly and so on and so forth. But those are some of the basic things that every website should have.
Right. And talking about the local citations, that just lets like everybody sees when Google Map, they pull it up, there's the listing of things there. For you to be listed there, you have to have the correct information that points that. So somebody who has uh a lot of images, and they do what you said, they don't have anything in there, so it just takes the default whatever. If the image is named like you snapped it with your phone and it's IMG 202607, what is today? 24 dot JPEG. And that's all it knows. Whereas if you actually put in and don't do what they call keyword stuffing inside of your alt tag, because it kind of flags that too, but put something what it means. The purpose for the alts was for sight impaired people when they view a website. And you go, wait, sight viewing? Yeah, because it has readers that can read the stuff to them. So if you say image of the front door of Lazy Dog Restaurant in Allen, Texas, that is a good alt tag. And shout out to Lazy Dog. So people understand exactly what that image is. And all of the search engines, the crawlers, the bots, everything else reads that and it knows, there's an image about this. And if they say, that's an interesting image that we want to take and store, so they can use it, it becomes part of your profiles on those various places that harvest that kind of data. So having very well formed directory listings, niche listings, local citations, and there's a difference between a actual NAP local citation and then a mention. So the example is, let's say that we also wrote an article or we have an article about the best barbecue in Allen, and we mentioned someone, I don't know, let's say Vaqueros Barbecue in Allen, Texas. If you go to Talk of Allen, there is an article on there about Vaqueros. You should read it. It's very interesting. And I'm just not saying it's interesting because of me. I actually had people read and go, oh, yeah, hidden gem in Allen. All right. So that's the advertisement for Vaqueros, right? But the real thing is, it's not an ad. That information mentioning in an article form further supports, that's like a loose citation as opposed to being a a local listing citation with the NAP, with the name, address, phone. It's mentioning the name. It's mentioning, yeah, it's in Allen, but we didn't put the exact address inside of the article per se. So you want to have a combination of all those things, not just one or the other, and think that, well, that'll take care of it. I just want that. So we have a lot of things that are very important. Local citations are them. If you're a small business owner, then go to Talk of USA and look at the offerings that we have. If you're a marketing company, go to Talk of USA and look at the offerings that we have and see how these local citations that your clients might need could benefit. Hey, let's get together and make this happen.
It's really important. It really is important. And, summer months, we're in the summer months,
Uh-huh.
and summer months tend to be slower. for especially service-based businesses, because why? School's out, people are on vacations, this is happening, that's happening. It's hot. Nobody really cares about whatever it is unless it breaks, right? And then they need to find you. But the point is maybe summertime, if your business is a little slower, maybe you start doing a little more research on what directories you need to be in and getting those links, or talking to your SEO agencies or the people who are taking care of your website and things like that. It really is important that whether you do it or somebody in your office does it or your agency does it, ask the questions. Ask those questions to find out, because many owners don't understand these basics. And so you just trust whoever is doing your stuff for you. So I just be careful with that and ask the questions.
That's it.
Get your answers.
Get
Um,
educated on your own marketing. Don't let somebody just say, "Oh, that's old," or whatever. Do some education on it. And you know what? I don't mind if people give me a call and say, "Hey, how do we do this?" And if I can help you out, or if Kris with her marketing, if we can help you out, we are happy to do that. We'll answer questions.
yeah,
And you're
all
not
day
dealing
long.
with somebody overseas. You're dealing with somebody right here in the North Texas area. And obviously, we know this area, but we can serve anybody that has a web presence anywhere. Now, of course, the local directories are right now just DFW. And like I said, with a nod towards expansion. And if you're in a different area and you'd be interested in knowing more about that, just the contact information is going to be in the description. Be sure and give me a ring and we'll figure out how that works. But the point is, if you know what's going on with your marketing, you have a better way to manage it.
Yeah.
With whoever is taking care of it for you.
Yeah. Just ask the questions.
Ask the questions. Be knowledgeable. Be able to learn.
So we hope you learned something good today. We hope maybe revisited. Maybe you've heard this before, that I should be on directories, but I don't know how. Well, now we have Derrel, and either one of us can help you. But Derrel has the Talk of USA.
Talk of USA
I almost
network, a
said
business
Allen.
orient. Yeah.
Yeah.
Talk of
So spell it out for everybody. What is the website?
talkofusa.com. You can go there, and then there's a real easy button, get listed. Or if you go to a individual page, like an individual site, talk of, let's say, footwork.com. And if you click on the create a listing, it's going to send you to information about how to get it done. And then if you really want to do it, there's an easy form. Fill out the information. You'll upload some of your images, a few other things like that. And then the last thing is give a little money, but not very much. I promise it's not very much at all. And as a matter of fact, I'll break it down like this. The cheapest, if you want to be on all 15 of the local directories, is $149. So yeah, it's quite a bargain. Annual membership, $149.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, we'll be happy to make it as easy as possible. Take care of you guys. You'll be talking to a real person. We right now we all speak with the Texas accent. We might have someone that speaks with an Oklahoma accent, like such exists. But either way, we're here to help you out, and we'll make sure you get what you need.
Thank you for listening to us today. Or
normally
watching
she
us,
says this, but it's going to be my turn to say it.
That's right.
Be sure to like, follow, and subscribe. That really helps us out, gets our information out to more people.
Yes. And if you have questions, or if you want to come on because you have something to share about marketing, reach out to us, because we're always interested in interviewing new, fun, energetic people.
Yeah, we learn so much from other people and things that they're doing in marketing. And, we offer suggestions to help out. And then sometimes they present stuff like, ooh, I didn't think about that. So, yeah, come and be part of us. We'd be happy to have you.
Well, thank you so much, everybody. We'll see you next time.